We're here today at Watches and Wonders, and I'm joined by one of the current modern pioneers in the independent watch space, Edouard Meylan, co-founder and owner of H. Moser. Thank you so much for joining me.
My pleasure.
It's amazing to see the incredible spread that you've put out this year for Watches and Wonders 2025. I think it's really emblematic of the H. Moser brand, which I feel is creating some of the most unique, colorful, vibrant, and really pure expressions of timekeeping, but in a way that is distinctly H. Moser and really is not replicated by anybody else. So did you want to kind of tell us what is the inspiration of the pieces this year and kind of walk us through some of the novelties?
I mean, colors has always been quite a topic for us, even though we started with skeletons and Vanta Black a few years ago, which was like the absence of color. But color has always been at the core of Moser since we took over with my brother in 2012. That's the way we use colors to rejuvenate the brand. So we always like to play with our fume dials, bring new colors, try and explore new colors. When everybody was, doing blue, then we went into green and then purple and those kind of things. So as a brand, we've been seen as kind of avant-garde from that perspective, and this year is no exception. We thought, what do we want to bring to the market at Watches and Wonders when so many brands launch different things? I always like to have a topic, something like a theme we can play around. And a year ago, we were at the fair that we have here in the same location with all the watch suppliers that usually happened in June, and I was playing with stones. And suddenly I saw those very bright colors of stones. I was like, would it be possible to combine them and make something pretty cool? Like, I want those dice to pop kind of thing. And that's when the idea stuck. And then we started playing and trying to find the most, I would say, vivid colors, and then try to combine them. And that's how we came up with what is the big topic for us this year. And I would say the first quarter as the type of events we're going to be doing around the world. It's the pop era or the pop art type of watches.
Right, and these are all, for those watching on YouTube, these are all stone dials, right? Unique stone dials.
These are combining 6 different type of stones. We have coral, we have turquoise, we have lapis lazuli, we have chrysoprase lemon, we have opal from Peru, we have jade. Beautiful stones chosen for their colors.
Yeah, absolutely. And the vibrancy of these dials is not to be understated. I mean, it's absolutely incredible, the texture that they have, but not to be lost on people is also the new movement, right? Skeletonized bridges.
Yeah, it's 201 and 805. So skeletonized tourbillon and skeletonized center second from the back. I mean, we show more of the gears.
Yeah.
It's a modern take on the original movements. We need to continue to evolve. I think all the brands are not waiting for us, so we were always a little bit ahead. So that's why we revamped our movements in the last couple of years. A lot of work for the team. I think that works very well. But again, very important on things like this was really to find 2 matching colors. There needs to be a strong contrast. So which one are complementary in a way, but also very difficult is to make the transition. Obviously, we're talking microns, and when you cut stones, that's not easy. And I think that was the big challenge on watches like this. And if you look at on the details between for example, here the small second and the main dial, you don't perceive the frontiers. You need the 2 stones coming into each other. That was the big challenge.
Absolutely. I think that's the attention to detail that has really made Moser stand out kind of among a really very competitive independent market, right? We've seen so many people come out, but I think what we've seen with Moser is really the ability to capture the attention of watch lovers and collectors, especially with things like these enamel dials, for example, which are extremely unique as well, not to be lost.
They're also complicated to make.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think it's very important what you said, this attention to details. You have 3-hands watches like this one or this one. Imagine the price range of 3-hands watches in the Swiss watch industry range from like $100 to $100,000 or even more. Like if you have to do 4. So what makes the difference? And that's exactly what you said. It's all about the details. So going into a die like this one, where you have a gold plate that we hammer, then we mix 6 different pigments of enamel. It goes 17 times in an oven. Every time it could break, we have close to 50% of dials that break, but the result is pretty
spectacular.
And that's what makes the difference. I mean, it's a dial that is actually even more expensive than the beautiful movement at the back. And you would think, like, why do you do this? I think that's the beauty of the Swiss watch industry, is to make things that actually you wonder sometimes why are you doing this? I remember like when we decided to do a tantalum case, which is also a difficult process. I was wondering, why are we even trying? You know, this difficult to find suppliers. You break most of the tools. It's a nightmare. It's very expensive. But if a brand like Moser doesn't do it, who's going to do it? And at the end, sometimes you need to make those kind of things. The dial in stone, where this very thin transition, for me, is a very strong statement of our commitment to tradition, but trying to make it modern. Natural stones or enamel are very ancient craftsmanship, and I think we shouldn't lose them. But at the same time, we need to reinvent them to make them fun, to make them modern, so that the younger generation appreciate them and want to wear them. I think that's what we achieved with Moser, to capture this new audience with kind of striking design like this one. I mean, I make watches, and that's pretty cool when you have like a job like this that I want for me. And a lot of people say, you're like, who is your typical client? I said, I am the typical client. So I don't need to create like the persona and then study. I'm like working with my brother, with Nicholas, with our head of sales, with similar age, similar sense of humor. We have similar things we like, and that's why we've been working together for the last 12 years. And we don't really have an artistic designer. We just do the things that we like. So when we come up with the pop art edition, everybody's like, where did the idea come from? Just like that, you know, we're playing with stones and suddenly like, oh, this is fun. Then I like that. I love those stones. How can we make them a bit more fun than usually others would do? Yeah. That's how an idea is created.
That's amazing. And obviously, I think the passion is definitely showcased in all of these timepieces, right? And I think your eye for
polarizing also.
Yeah,
not everybody will like it. I saw today we have new customers coming to Moser and like, oh, I wanted to see your pop collection because that's talking to me. I never met. They never had a Moser. At the same time, we have very historical Moser owners, and they're like, yeah, you know, I need to see them in real. You know, they try to prepare you that maybe they don't like it, and it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to make watches that please everybody. I think what I like about the Moser owners and community is they want us to try. They want us to do things differently. And then maybe this one they don't like, but they know that we will do something else that they will like afterwards, trying something else. And that's kind of our DNA as well.
Awesome. Well, I think one watch that's impossible to dislike is the Streamliner, right? I think such an incredible...
I'm sure we'll find some people who like
No, I disagree.
Who can get it.
It's such an incredible expression of a sports watch, really brought to the modern age, right? But I think these two kind of also done in a very, I think, classical Moser sense,
bit more
right?
Classical,
yeah.
The original Streamliner flatback.
Absolutely. So
the first one we launched them.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously showcasing kind of the same case shape, same movement, but now
exactly.
Featuring new dials, correct?
Exactly. So it's a new dial. We wanted, as you said, to be a little bit more classic in there, even though we have vibrant colors. The original one has the big 60 at the top, so a bit more sporty. Here we wanted something that goes a little bit, not too much, but a little bit more elegant, classy. Here we have a new technique, which are stamped dials. So we have a hand engraved stamp, and then we stamp the brass dials, and then it's galvanic colors and lacquered, which makes this very vibrant colors as well. You can see like a lot of sparkle, so to say.
Yeah.
And if you go out, it's more.
Yeah, the light play is unbelievable.
Exactly. So here we have two versions. We have the steel with the green, and then we have the rose gold with the blue, 42.8 millimeters. Yes, it's water resistant to 120 meters. You can have the rubber now, or the steel bracelet, or the gold bracelet, if you like a strong presence on the wrist. A beautiful collection that it really has contributed to the very strong growth of Moser in the last 5 years now. I mean, we launched it exactly 5 years ago.
Wow, that's unbelievable. 5 years already. Time flies. It's crazy.
It's going to be an icon soon.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think so. It's definitely a future icon, if not already.
Needs a few generations for that, but we'll do our best for that.
I couldn't agree more. I think you're doing an amazing job, especially one that we don't have here in front of us is the new skeleton dial in yellow gold, right? Which is kind of a new iteration where you released the steel version last year, if I'm not mistaken, which I thought was one of the best watches of the year. And I think the yellow gold is even, takes it to the next level.
It was only 17 pieces just available in our boutiques, but the skeleton was very different from what we see here. A different take on the Moser movements. There, for me, I love symmetry. I like things to be kind of aligned. So the big work there was how do we use our 805 movement automatic tourbillon, then think how do we connect all those dots? Because basically axes are dots for us. And then how do you connect those dots, creating an harmonious shape? And the result, I think, is one of the most beautiful skeletonized movement that you can find out there.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not objective.
No, well, I am objective, and I can tell you, it truly is one of the most spectacular skeleton movements. The depth, the architecture, the finishing that you guys are achieving. It really is to die for. I mean, in person, it wears also beautifully on the wrist. The ergonomics are spectacular. If you haven't tried it on, this bracelet is so supple too. It's something that's very much lost, on 2D flat images. But Edouard, I want to thank you so much for taking the time.
My pleasure.
It was obviously a pleasure. I look forward to seeing maybe more releases throughout the year, or if not, then of course,
good stuff coming.
Yeah, I saw a couple of them, and I'm very, very excited for people to see them for sure.
Thank you.
Edouard, thank you so much again for the time. I really appreciate it. It's a pleasure. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like the video, subscribe for more videos like this in the future. If you have any questions for, of course, any of these timepieces, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. It's always a pleasure to answer. And of course, get your feedback of the video now, please. Please, yeah, by all means, it would be a pleasure. Yeah. Thank you so much again for watching. We'll see you all in the next one.
Thank you, guys.